Hello friends, तो आज हम लोग देखेंगे डेवलपिंग क्लाउड एप्लीकेशन विद Node.js React the final exam graded quiz. So first question is, what do you use the HTTP create server function for? The answer is to create an instance of web server. Second question, what is the correspondence between a Node.js module and script file? It's 1:1 ratio. Third question, what do you use the require function for? So to import a Node.js module. Fourth question, what does adding a property to implicit export object do? So its answer is function become available to Node.js application that imports your module. Fifth question is, what happens when a module does not have a package JSON file? So its answer is Node.js assumes that the main class is named as index.js. Sixth question, what do you pass back in the callback handler to indicate successful return? So its answer is null object. Second question is, which callback function calls the result callback to return results to main applications? Answer is http.request. JSON is the standard format of API data exchange. What relationship does JSON have with Node.js? So standard representation of native JavaScript objects. Next question is, what an error occurs? Which state is the promise at? So answer is rejected. Next question, the access package handles HTTP request in Node.js and returns a promise object. The promise object has a method that is called after the promise completes. What method does the promise object use? So its answer is then. Next question is, the Node.js framework treats HTTP request at lower network level. In contrast, Express implements an app class for what purpose? And is map to a web resource path. Next question, which function relies on custom fallback functions to parse across web resource path? Answer is HTTP create server. Next one, after creating the new router handler to handle web application request, what occurs next? So answer is listen to incoming HTTP GET request. Next one, what do you call to create a web server object to listen for incoming request on a port? So answer is the app.listen. Next question, after you have imported a copy of the Express web application framework, what must you do next? So answer is create an instance of the app JavaScript object. Next, functional components are most useful when the component has properties. But what is the restrictions? So the answer is that the component lifecycle does not require management. Next one, what makes class components more breathable than functional components? So it's a functionality. Next, in the working with React components video, what does the increment counter method do in the React app? So answer is updates the states so a component is rendered again. As a components are mounted, there are four methods called in the order in the same order. Which method only returns one root element even if it does not have any many nested child elements? So its answer is render methods. Next and final question is that as components are updated, 5 methods are called in the same order. Which method is called every time a change in the state occurs? So its method is should component update functions or methods. So done. So thank you and best of luck.